Welcome back to another episode of ZB Philly Sports Podcast, guys. Our Oscar Lindblom episode. Oscar Strong had to pull up the T-shirt just for this one. Been waiting for this one for a while. How do you want to get started off today, Brendan?
I don't know if you saw this, but this is every team of ours. Fox Sports top 10 biggest athletes in Philadelphia. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Well, for starters, there's no Flyers. It's not the
Doesn't
best
shock me.
athletes or best players. It's the biggest, most popular. Barkley and Hurts are 1 and 2. Then Harper and Embiid, AJ Brown, top 5. Then Maxey, Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, Paul George at 9, and Trey Turner at 10.
Okay.
I would have thought Wheeler would have been on there.
Yeah.
You got 5 Eagles on there. I'm maybe thinking it's recency bias. You do this in October, there's going to be 6 Phillies on there.
Yeah, you put this in October. Not to get too much into it because, again, we keep pushing this, but about March 25th, 26th, look for our opening week podcast. We're going to go over all of our I think we're going to push all of our lineup predictions, reward predictions, all that,
team
all
rewards,
that kind of stuff.
MLB rewards, if not rewards, awards, if we think there's going to be any.
But the way that people are putting the lineup out there could be 8 Phillies in that lineup just because of where they're hitting, how they're hitting, hopefully how they're hitting. So, yeah, it's going to, I don't know.
While we're on rankings, I'll just bring us into the Phillies with MLB The Show 25 coming out. The top 5 Phillies in MLB The Show, according to their ratings. Who do you think's number 1?
Bryce Harper.
Yes. He's in 95. Who do you think's number 2?
95 of just Phillies?
I will say it is a tie for 2 and 3.
I'm going to say Bohm and Turner.
Turner's one of them. Bohm is not the other. Bohm is not top 5.
Really?
Yes. This is hitters and pitchers.
Zach Wheeler.
Yes. He's the other number 2. So it's Harper 95, Wheeler, Turner both at 90. And 4 and 5, you got one pitcher, one hitter. Strom is number 4.
Oh.
At an 84 overall. He's our 4th best player.
I've been getting Strom and Hoffman mixed up. I was going to say, wait, he's not on the team anymore, but it's Hoffman.
And Bryson Stott's number 5 at 83 overall. So they think Stott's better than Bohm, who's an all-star, Christopher Sanchez, who's an all-star, Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
Like Bohm. Now, I love Stott, but I am kind of surprised Strom and Stott were over a lot of these people.
Yeah. There's a lot of...
and another thing.
A lot of people.
Wheeler being a 90, Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow are both ahead of Wheeler.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah. You have anything you want to talk about for the Phillies?
Not really for the Phillies, but just it's more of a curse. So I don't know if we are all very much aware of the Madden curse.
Yeah.
When that used to be a big thing. I don't know if you saw what came out last night, but Gunnar Henderson has a mild oblique injury.
Okay.
Him, Ellie De La Cruz, and Paul Skeens were all on the cover of MLB The Show. So what it is either the guys get hurt or they have a bad season. Tying this into the Phillies, the last time we've had a MLB The Show cover athlete was Mr. Bryce Harper himself.
Yeah.
On the show of 2021. So after the show came out, he had a lower back injury in April, a face injury in April, a wrist injury in May, a shoulder injury in May, forearm injury in May, back injury in June, a foot injury in June. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 injuries, 7 injuries in 3 months. So if any Baltimore, Cincinnati, or Pittsburgh fans are watching this right now, I'll be playing for you this season because looks like your 3 stars are going to get hurt for majority of the year, or going to have some pretty bad seasons.
3 people on it. Do you think that'll deflate the
even it out? No, I think there's a big potential that Ellie gets hooked, especially because he's smacking the crap out of the baseball right now.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens might just have a sophomore slump, but I think also I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That's an interesting point. I didn't know there was an MLB The Show curse, like the Madden curse, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't know until this year that there was a MLB curse. So
Yeah.
playing to all those fans, and hopefully we get no Phillies anytime soon.
No, I
on
agree.
their cover.
But speaking of like that stuff, don't want to talk about the Eagles yet, but rumors of Saquon Barkley or Jalen Hurts potentially being the cover athlete this year.
I don't want either of them,
Yeah.
especially after Barkley's contract. I don't want that to come back and bite us.
They opened the fucking door. All right.
Have you seen how Jack Christian Arroyo is? He is huge.
Let me look him up.
There's no recent
I
pictures.
was gonna say none of these pictures make him look huge.
He was batting for the Phillies yesterday. Huh?
Is he on steroids?
He might be. He's huge. His quads are the fucking biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Bigger than Saquon Barkley's?
Oh, massive.
All right. I have a few more Phillies things.
What we got?
Bryce Harper reportedly told the Phillies this past offseason that he was willing to move back to the outfield if the team wanted to sign a slugging first baseman.
I did see that.
So the only one I could think of from this past offseason was Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is Vlad. I think we kind of talked about him becoming a free agent in these past few weeks.
Yeah.
Or I believe Hoskins is a free agent next year as well.
There's also the trade deadline, so that there's always a trade deadline, especially for now. Now that's kind of what you're looking at mostly right now. Now you're in camp,
right? And on to the other side, Ranger Suarez. He said on his uncertain future, he said, "It's about staying in Philly. This is my childhood club, my childhood organization. I've played here since I was really young. All I think about is staying here. I want to pitch here for the rest of my career."
Yeah, I would definitely love for Ranger to stay put for the rest of his career.
Same.
And Luzardo was also talking about just all the how he can't wait to get out there and start playing for the club.
Yeah.
And how he liked playing the villain role during the time here 2 years ago in the whatever in the playoffs. Can't wait to see him. I know he got locked.
He was on the Marlins
the other
right?
day, but yes.
So
I knew he got locked the other day.
When Stott hit his grand slam.
I don't know if he was on the mound for
I know that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his pitch. I think he pitched.
He wasn't pitching.
Something else. Don't worry, all you Phillies fans out there. It's spring training. Don't worry that we're 4-7.
Right.
These games don't matter.
Right. These are. I guess you can say. I guess you can say tryouts almost.
Mm-hmm.
Open scrimmages, basically.
It's more for the younger guys.
Yeah, it's basically just practice, scrimmages. Like I said, seeing who you want, what people are good at, what people need to work on.
It's more for the younger guys, try to get them going, and it's good. We're good.
Since you say the younger guys, Rob Thompson confirmed this morning on WIP that Andrew Painter will be a starter for the Phillies once he's ready to come up, so he won't be going in the bullpen. He said that the team would probably move to a 6-man rotation once they get to that point.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the depth chart right now.
Okay.
And I gotta say, they've got pretty good. I'm going to get into a little bit of some stuff here, just because Zach Wheeler, Aaron Ranger Suarez, Jesus Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez, and then also adding Painter is going to be crazy. You have Alvarado, Cookling, Tanner Banks, who's Ruiz, can't speak, Taiwan Walker as relief pitchers, and then your closers are Romano and Strom, which I like.
Are you like tapping your desk or something? Because I can see like your desk almost shaking.
Whenever I touch it with my knee, so that's gonna go down. Okay. That's two strong closers. Something I'm not really surprised about, but I'm surprised about is Marchand. I think that's how you say his last name, Raphael Marchand.
Yeah, Marchand. I don't remember.
Is listed as the second catcher. So Stubbsies is the third option.
Yeah, they said he'll be in the minor leagues a lot this year.
So your lineup potentially, just saying potentially because it's not set in stone yet, but if Rob is doing what we heard him doing, could be Turner, Bice, Bohm, Schwarber. I want to say the way he's been smacking the ball around, Max Kepler, Nick.
I think we're going to have quite a few different rotations this year.
Stott, the third, because, okay, so so they always talk about whenever you're in your contract extension, you always have to play. You're trying to play your best. So you're playing to get a contract.
Yeah, just like every sport.
Will Muto be smacking the crap out of the ball in June and make it up to that third spot? And now you have Turner, Bice, JT, Schwarber.
I think I kind of understand why they've been downhill the last 2 years in the postseason.
Why is that?
Because when it's hot out, what do baseballs do?
Fly.
Yeah. What is 75% of our team's goal when hitting the baseball?
Hitting dingers.
Yeah. So when it's cold out in Philadelphia in the wintertime, pretty much, the fall winter time, what's going to happen to the baseball?
It's going to die.
Yeah. I thought about this like 2 days ago. I forgot about this until you brought up June, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
I just to put it out there, you still have Weston Wilson, you still have Johan Rojas, Cal Stevenson, Cody Clemens, Sosa.
I was looking back at our 2022
Kennedy.
World Series team. What's one thing our team doesn't really have is the Gene Segura guy who would just tap it slightly into the outfield and get that single to get people moving on the bases.
Yeah, I think that's going to be more of JT's role this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And Gene was closer to the top of the lineup.
Mm-hmm. We need like Marsh to start doing stuff like that. Rojas would be great to do that because he could just hit little bloopers and still make it all the way to first.
Yeah.
He just swinging bunt every time, really.
JT used to do that too. He used to poke the ball out to the opposite field and have a nice little jog down to first base.
Right.
So if you're putting him up in the 3-hole...
Yeah, if you have him up higher, it's not like he'll be trying to get stuff moving down in the bottom of the order.
Plus, you can have Marsh, Rojas, even at the bottom of the lineup and be like, hey, this is just for the turnover. Yeah. Like we've been talking about for weeks now. If Turner's actually going to hit in that one hole, this lineup could be dangerous. Like if you put this lineup down on paper, it's a dangerous lineup. With a hardcore pitching rotation behind it, it's just...
Yeah. I don't remember who said it, but someone said that this team has at least 4 number 1 hitters and at least 2 or 3 number 2 hitters.
Yeah, definitely. We could possibly be seeing a 9-player all-stars this year. I feel like Marsh is going to turn it up because we've now got the one acquisition that we got this year that has now come to such an underrated one is Max Kepler. He's smacking the ball around in spring training.
It is spring training, but...
Yeah, but that's great to see from your guy. If he can go out there and get doubles, singles, walk, get on base, like this lineup could be really dangerous. Like so far he's batting .250 with a home run, 4 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .940. Like it's crazy. Like today he went 2 for 3 with a home run.
Yeah.
And then an RBI, and a strike. He's only had 3 strikeouts in 12 at bats.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, he's bad. He's 1/4 of the time he's striking out, but as a back end guy, can you ask for anything better?
Right.
You can't.
Right.
You can't.
And he's a good defender, right? Or a decent defender?
Yes. He's a good defender. 6'4", 225. Think he's got a little bit of speed on him. I just feel so good about this.
Yeah.
This team. I'm looking at his. He's been in the league since 2015. In his career, he has his season average. He's averaging 20 doubles, a year, and 16 home runs. Could you ask for anyone better to average 16 home runs, 20 doubles,
Right.
off of? His season average is 376 at bats, only striking out 79 times.
Yeah.
Getting 41 walks. He's going to be a 237 hitter with a 746. This is just on paper. Just on paper, like this is all Minnesota. We've not seen him as a Philly yet.
Right. I think he'll like these fans.
Will the boys help him out? Like, will he be behind a start where it's like, hey, it starts on base. If I poke this thing into Montgomery Corner or whatever it's called, that weird
Monty's
indent
corner.
out there, Monty's Corner. If I put it out there, that's a double for me, and starts running from first to home. Like, his team could be so good. So good.
They can.
We need it. We need it.
We really do. Whole city
We
of
want to party
Philadelphia.
down Broad Street.
This is the time for the Phillies to be great because all these Eagles fans are gonna be wanting to watch the Phillies.
Oh, if we could have 2 other sports teams that would make a playoff push, we'll get into both of those. Unless you want to hop right into
Just go
one
right
of them.
Flyers.
You want to just go right into the Flyers. So as the time recording, March 6th, the Flyers are playing. They are currently down 1-0 in the first period.
Wow, they already scored.
Yeah. So last time we recorded was right before the Pittsburgh game. That ended up being a loss.
5-4.
I did
not the other Pittsburgh game before that.
Yeah. They lost in overtime. Crappy game. They were up. Good in the first period. Bounce back win. Great bounce back win against Winnipeg. And then a game that they were just never in, against Calgary. Would have been sweeter. It would have made the loss a little sweeter if either Frost or Farabee scored.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. Before getting into... Actually, let me get into the standings, and then I'll get into...
I had the standings right here. They're 7th.
Yeah, I got them here. They are 7th. They're 27-27 and 8. Right above 500.
Yeah. Can't say the same for the
Can't ask for anything worse than that. Realistically, 5 points out of a playoff spot. You get 1 tonight, you're 4. If you get 2, you're 3.
You're 6 points out.
They have 62 points. Ottawa has 67 points.
I was looking at just the Metropolitan Division.
Yep. They're 6 points out of a first wildcard spot. Realistically, if we could stay around the Blue Jackets, if they're in the playoffs, we win the head-to-head over them. So that would be perfect for us if we could tie them in points. Not really much to say on that. It's been more of just this all season.
Yeah.
Up and down. You look at the East Coast playoff. So the Blue Jackets and the Senators hold the last 2 spots at 68 and 67. Then you have the Rangers at 67 under the Senators, probably because of head-to-head. Then you have Detroit at 66, which they're a point below. You have Montreal at 65. You have Boston at 64. You have the Islanders at 63. Then you have the Flyers at 62. The farthest is 5 so far. Then you have the Penguins at 58. So that's a bigger gap. That's 9 points, which is not easy to come back from, and then you have the Sabres that are at 13 points behind, which again, not the end of the world, but it's gonna be a close race.
Yeah.
You've got tomorrow's deadline within 23 hours. I was actually spot on. That is crazy. I was on the dot with how many hours we have until
Good
now,
job.
and I do not have that pulled up. Proud of
Wow.
myself. Flyers hopefully will make some moves and get rid of some pieces, get some pieces. You don't know who ahead of you is going to do moves. Will Brock Nelson be with the Islanders? Are the Islanders wanting to be competitive? There's so many questions.
Right.
I can't remember if it's Brady or if it's Matthew or if it's both of them. Let me see. Don't know if I'll find it here quick enough, but I know one of the Kachuk brothers is out for the season. I think it's Matthew. So that's Florida. We really don't have to worry about them right now, because the top of the conference or the Atlantic. So there's points to be played. Scott Lawton has been getting some interest around the league. 8 teams apparently are all in on him.
Oh, really?
That's a quarter of the league.
Yeah. So he's pretty much done.
I think he will be gone tomorrow at some point. If he's not, I could see him being gone by the end of the night. We appreciate everything he's done for us. If you're Briere, I would try to go get some center help for Konechny. Just get someone below him. He's done good so far. As far as Kuzmakov is kids balling out. Kids balling out. We talked about this. I didn't know how I liked it at first, and I told everyone to shut up about the whole he could help what's his face Michkov.
Yes.
I feel like Michkov is playing better with him on the team.
I can't say much about Flyers. I like to make myself suffer and watch basketball.
There's really nothing else to really get into there. Michkov might win Rookie of the Year. Definitely could see that happening. Or maybe we trade Lawton for some picks. Who knows? But so far right now, Detroit is up 2-1 on Utah. So that's something we do not need. We need that to change. Florida's up 1-0 on Columbus, which is good. Carolina's up 1-0 on Boston, which is good. They're both right ahead of us. And it looks like we need Edmonton to beat the Canadiens tonight.
Okay.
And obviously us to win. If that does happen, if all that happens, then Boston will stay at 64. We'll be right behind them. At 64, Montreal would stay at 65. And Columbus would obviously stay at 68. Montreal, I guess, could take a point tonight. Boston could take a point tonight. It's not going to end the world.
Yeah.
If Montreal's at 66 and Boston's at 65 and you're at 63, that's still, you need one more win. But stay tuned to the podcast, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I'll be making sure to stay up on all the
deadline
stuff, who we're trading, who we're acquiring, all that fun stuff. Other than that, nothing really much more for the Flyers.
All right. Do we really have any? How many games do we have till the next recording?
We have. I probably should have went over that. Thank you.
You can't really preview it if you don't know who we'll have and who we won't have. That's the thing.
True. We're going to record like next Wednesday.
I think that's what we said. Yeah.
We'll have Seattle on Saturday, 12:30. It's on ESPN if you want to watch. And then Sunday, we have back-to-back games at home. Sunday against the Devils. Tuesday will be the Ottawa Senators. So
Okay.
3 games until next recording. We could be 67. We could be in a playoff spot by then. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We could be if we get some key wins and some key losses. We could definitely be. I don't know what our stats are against the whatever
I don't know.
against the Senators.
I am excited for the Sixers topic I'll have for you then.
Okay, it's all yours.
You're done with the Flyers? Okay, so I am going to save that topic that I just mentioned because I want to get into like some random stuff for the Sixers first. Since our last recording, they've played 3 games. Yeah, they're
I haven't won a single one.
We beat the Warriors, then we lost to the
Oh, that's
Trailblazers
right.
by a lot. Plus, we were winning that game too. Then once again lost to the Timberwolves. Tonight, Sixers Celtics is about to start. Actually, let me see this injury report because earlier Celtics had a lot of injuries. We don't have Tyrese Maxey due to a back injury right now. He was still suffering from that finger injury he had during the in-season tournament, if you remember that. He now has a back injury as well. I jokingly said it was because of him carrying the team.
Carrying the team, yeah.
Paul George is dealing with a groin injury.
Too much vacationing.
Yeah, pretty much. Because he's been dealing with that since he vacationed. Everyone else who is out has been out. Now Celtics. Okay, Jason Tatum is playing. He was questionable. But Drew Holiday is out, Al Horford is out, Kristaps Porzingis is out, Jaylen Brown is out, and Sam Hauser is out. So Sixers could very well win this game because of Quentin Grimes probably, who I don't know about the games last night, but before the games last night, he had the most points in the NBA in the month of March so far. And he's had 3 30-point games so far in his 11 games with us, while Paul George has 3 all season.
Okay.
Which, that's annoying to me, just because of how much we're paying Paul George. But as everyone on here probably knows, Joel Embiid is out for the season, trying to get like different doctors' opinions and whatnot. I don't know if you saw this, but Shams said that Joel Embiid had to go directly to Josh Harris regarding the status of his knee and getting shut down for the season. None of the coaches or GMs would do it.
That's crazy.
And he had to get injections to play in every single game.
That's probably why he shut down.
Right. Sorry. I was pulling up this thing I had. That's really it for the Sixers. I don't see them doing much this season. I hope we don't make the playoffs so we have a shot at a low pick. But they're currently 21-40, tied with the Nets, but we're the 12th seed because they have a tiebreaker. 2.5 games out of the play-in right now. 9 games above the Wizards, who have the worst record in the NBA. So we're closer to the Wizards than we are the 6-seeded Pistons.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, the Pistons have 35 wins, so they're 14 more wins than we have. But
damn.
This statement from the Sixers. As we prepare for the 25-26 season, we're drawing inspiration from a team that personified the type of grit and tenacity required to compete for a championship. The 2001 76ers led by Allen Iverson. Throughout the upcoming season, we will celebrate the 25th anniversary of our NBA Finals team by honoring their legacy with exclusive events, themed celebrations, and special recognitions. We think you'll like the uniforms we'll wear on the court next season as well.
The black jerseys are coming back next season.
That's what
the gold.
The gold they never actually wore.
Oh, yeah, I guess not.
Special thing that I
thought they wore. I thought that was like the city, or not city, but like, did they have an alternate?
Hold on.
I thought the gold was the Oh no, the white was the away or home.
It was a white, black, and blue.
The blue, that's the one I'm thinking of.
The gold.
I thought they did. See, guys, I know more than Bunendos.
Gold jerseys, specifically as part of their black away jerseys during the Allen Iverson era, with gold trim accents.
So they didn't actually wear all gold, or the gold jersey.
Yeah, they haven't actually worn a gold jersey.
I was thinking of the blue then. I knew that they had a third jersey. I was gonna say, or maybe the blue's coming back.
I'm thinking, like, yes, everyone wants the black, but it'll probably be the white because that was their home jersey.
Yeah. Make it the gold. They didn't wear it, but
right,
still a cool jersey.
You're right, but at the same time, they can do black because we've had dark-colored City Edition jerseys.
Yeah.
That's more what I'm hoping they do.
I hope they go to
Imagine
black.
Embiid and Maxey going to the NBA Finals wearing a black Sixers jersey.
That would be
It would be
awesome.
funny if it's against LeBron and Luka, the Lakers as well.
That would be funny.
It would be a 2001 NBA Finals rematch.
If it's that, they have to wear the black jerseys
Right.
all finals.
Right.
Well, back.
Like I said, we're playing the Celtics tonight. On Sunday, we play the Jazz. Monday, we play the Hawks. And then Wednesday, while we're recording, they'll be playing the Raptors. So, besides the Celtics, none of those teams are good, but we'll still probably lose all 4.
Probably. Hopefully, we lose all 4. Not probably.
Yeah, at this point, I agree with you. I do hope we lose.
Tank for a coup. Tank for coup.
Yep.
By the way, the Flyers are currently down 2-0. So not looking good.
I'm just deflated this season. I'm undecided who I'm going to root for come playoffs. It's none of the Eastern Conference teams. I'm talking about the NBA.
The Phillies.
They'd probably do better than the Sixers anyways. I'm between the Warriors,
the Mavs,
and the Lakers. The Mavericks are not making the playoffs.
What do you mean? They got Luka Doncic.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love messing with you. So much fun.
You want to go into the Eagles?
Let's hit them. Hit them high, hit them low.
So, best news first. Saquon Barkley and Zach Bond are returning.
Woo!
2-year extension. Whoops. I don't know. I didn't know if they would extend him this offseason. He definitely earned it, though.
He earned it. I don't know if it's the amount of money or what it is. It just feels too much.
Okay.
And I'm the biggest Barkley guy.
Right. It's Howie. He'll find a way to get out of it if he needs to.
That's true. I could also see, I don't know. Hopefully you get rid of Huff, so he will be off the books.
Yeah, that's true.
Trade him for the first pick.
Oh, so with that extension, cap hit for Saquon Barkley was on the books for $13.5 million, and now the new cap hit is cut in half to around $6.8 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I said, Zach Bond, he has also signed a contract extension. $51 million. That is the most earned contract I've ever heard in the NFL.
It's good to see, though, because it shows players that want to come here that you play good,
you get paid.
You perform on the field, you get paid. Not even that you get paid well, you just get paid.
Yeah.
We reward success here in Philly.
Yeah.
And that's all teams. That's not just it's not just the Eagles. I don't know how the Sixers are, but I know the Phillies.
Yeah.
You get rewarded on success and all that.
Right. And now on to some of the moves we've made. We have cut Darius Slay.
A big place at Slay.
Right. It's a post-June 1st designation, which saves them $16 million in cash, $4.3 million in cap space for next year, and almost $12 million for 2026.
Do you think Slay goes back to the Lions and retires?
He said that he would prefer to stay with Philly if possible, which if you remember a couple years ago, they did cut him and re-sign him to a cheaper deal.
Yeah.
Now, would not be surprised if he goes to the Lions or Ravens. Those are my two predictions for him, because he was about to sign to the Ravens last time.
Do you think and this is off of moves we did make, and I don't know if you want to finish that quick, and then we can get on to moves we can make?
Yeah, really quick, I want to talk about James Bradbury. We cut him as well. I do want to thank him. Yes, his last season with us was not great. This past season, he didn't even play because of injuries. We kind of knew he was going to be cut no matter what. But if what he did for the young guys this year was true, I do really appreciate him for doing that. But both of those guys post June 1st cuts, they will have around 28 to 30 million in cap space for 2025. And clears up almost $60 million in cap space for next offseason.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going to go with that. Never mind.
But our young cornerbacks, like Keely Ringo, I think he could have a big year. He's also younger than Kenyon Mitchell.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I was very surprised when I heard that, actually. And where is it? I lost the thing I was going to try and show you. I do really want us to re-sign Isaiah Rodgers, but what did you want to get into for moves that we could potentially make?
Yeah. So some recent. Let's just go through some potential pickups here. Two really notable ones is one wide receiver Davante Adams was just released by the Jets. He's out there, but the biggest one I could see potentially adding on the defense that's already strong, Joey Bosa.
Really?
He was cut by the Chargers yesterday.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's a free agent. He's only 29.
Yeah.
He'll be 30. 20 AAV. His previous AAV was 20.18. Could you sign him around that? Yeah. Could Howie get it done? Yeah.
That's very intriguing. I don't have much of a reaction because I haven't heard that. I didn't hear that he
Evan
got cut.
Ingram got cut.
Yeah. We are going to need a tight end. I don't know what's going on with Goddard. I've seen rumors that we're not going to re-sign him. I've seen rumors that we're going to rework his contract and extend it longer.
Do you... yeah, I don't know. Sheldon Rankinson's still out there.
Like, I feel like we can get a good discount for Goddard because, like, he's good, but he's not great. He hasn't done anything amazing.
Chase Young's out there too.
Yeah.
There's some Justin Simmons.
Yes. This is something I wanted to ask you. Did you hear about the Patriots calling about A.J. Brown?
I did not.
Yeah. So there were rumors during the season, like the Patriots are interested in A.J. Brown because they want a veteran receiver to pair with Drake May. I think that's his name.
I think if I'm Howie and I'm listening to this call, I'm going, I need you. One thing I can tell you right now is I need your first pick.
But yeah,
I'm probably going to need your first and second pick.
Yeah, first and second rounder this year. But you go as far as wanting a first rounder next year.
If you're going to just go fully on just saying, hey, I just want your picks. If I'm just going off of, I want your picks. I'm getting a first and second round this year, and I'm trying to get a first and second round next year.
Yeah. So my thing is, say you get a first and second rounder this year, or first this year, first next year. We have Christian Gonzalez, who they were interested in for his draft.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see them trading him. This is all just hypothetical stuff that's very unlikely to happen.
I don't see either, but could you trade up early and get a good pick?
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
And go get a big playmaker.
Yeah. Speaking of that draft, what was I going to say? Colston Loveland, the Michigan tight end. They have him going as the number 2 tight end in the draft.
Yeah, I would say he's the second best. He got some love from the Kelseys.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Eagles can't move up and get, what's the guy's name that you said? Drew Aller?
Abdul Carter?
I'm just focused on tight ends right now.
Oh, Tyler Warren.
Yes, Tyler Warren.
I think you said Drew Allard, and he's Penn State's quarterback.
Okay.
That's still at Penn State. I was like, wait, did I miss something? Is Drew in the draft?
I just don't know your guys' names. I know Abdul Carter. That's it.
Yeah, they have top 4 people. It's crazy.
Yeah. You mentioned last week about them trading up for him. I'd like because you probably can't get up that high without giving up some really key pieces. I wouldn't be surprised with like a Colston Loveland or something like that.
But if you say you were to be like, okay, AJ Brown, we're gonna trade.
Yeah.
I don't want to be up in that spot because I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't think
they're gonna draft. Like the Titans, we don't know.
What could you draft or not? What could you draft? What could you give up to Falcons, Colts, and Dolphins?
Dolphins want to win now.
Yeah. What are the key needs?
I guess you can say defense.
I was gonna say, can you give Huff to any one of those 3 teams? and we'll be like, "Yep, we're going to get Tyler Warren."
Yeah.
Or is he going to go to 12 to the Cowboys? Do you give Cowboys half and be like, "Hey,"
No.
because you're probably going to lose Micah?
Genty is going to go to the Cowboys. I already know that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We have a lot of time to think about this, see how their pro days and stuff go.
Yeah. A lot more to do. Even Aaron Jones is out and going to be a free agent this year. When does free agency start? Did I miss it?
I think it starts any day now. I think it's next week, early next week.
Because it looks like 2 people signed already.
March 12th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So Wednesday, right before we record, we could see some signings.
We could see some signings. We could talk some signings. Is Khalil Mack an option?
Who's going to sign at 3:45 right before it actually starts?
Is Chris Godwin an option? Is Amari Cooper an option? Keenan Allen? Stephon Diggs? What does Howie have cooking up on his stove right now?
Because Dotson's a free agent, right?
Who?
Jahan Dotson?
I don't think he is.
Really? If he's not this year, then he is next year.
Yeah, I think he's next year.
Yeah, it's next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not seeing him.
Next year, and then the year after that, he's a free agent.
My thing is, so you also have to look at, like, some of these guys that, like, are wanting trades. The deals, like, Deebo Samuel, who's now with the Washington Commanders. His deal's up next year. You got to look at this. Is DK worth it?
Right.
Or
unless you trade for him and cut down his contract, extend it.
That's what I'm saying. Would you do that? Do you want to go after free agent wide receivers this year? Because I'm just looking at next year who possible free agents are. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Are the Bengals going to re-sign both of them? Are they going to franchise tag that? Like,
yeah.
Could you fleece a Jamar Chase to the Eagles?
Right.
Could Uno be here playing in Midnight Green, Kelly Green?
That'd be insane.
That would be insane. Imagine if that can happen. I think you let Dotson walk, and you've got on either side, one's running a go route and one's running a post with AJ Brown and Uno. That was crazy.
Now,
be crazy ridiculous. And then you have Devontae Adams that could
be to happen.
Well, not Devontae Adams,
but like the Cowboys, they have the 12th overall pick. Could they use Dak Prescott and move up to top 2, or not top 2, top 3 to go to the Titans or the Giants? Because I could see the Giants taking a Dak to pair with Malik Neighbors, so it's a veteran to teach Malik how to play. And then the Cowboys would go out and get like Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward.
Sanders was not just Shedeur, but his father would love that.
Right.
I think the most underrated QB before the pro days and stuff like that, Jackson Dart. Yeah. I see him having a.
What school did he go to?
Ole Miss.
Is he the one who said the quarterback he plays the most like is Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
Okay.
And I see it. I think so.
I do too.
Especially with how weak this QB class is, you gotta do. If you're looking to do something, you have to go up.
Yeah.
You have to go up.
Yeah. You got anything else?
I do not.
You want to call it?
Let's call it here.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week. We're getting closer and closer to the Phillies starting.
Opening day.
All right. Peace.
Peace.